Good afternoon and happy Saturday, everybody. It is Saturday, September 27th, 2025, and we are here gathered together to celebrate the life of our beloved friend, mentor, guide, all around great gal, Mary Fiquet. And I know everyone on the call. It's wonderful that you all are participating and to honor this beautiful spirit and all that she brought to our lives and just all the blessings that I'm sure we'll all share and we'll just touch. She's touched us all so deeply. Well, I want to begin of when I met Mary. You know, Mary was a therapist who came down from, and I'm going to let Jerry later tell her story about this. But in the meantime, Mary moved here many years ago, shortly after Ellen and I did. She moved down from Connecticut and moved actually into Kenmure in Flat Rock, where Ellen and I live. And we had actually brought Greg Braden in for an event, and part of the event was here at Kenmure at the clubhouse. And all of a sudden, Mary, we all know her, she was sobbing, giving Greg a hug, and and I went over and I introduced myself to her. And she was deeply moved and touched, and we connected immediately, as I think we can all relate to that. She just had that ability to connect with everyone she met because of her open heart. And so she started there right after coming to the Namaste Center, and she jumped in full both feet. And over the years, we became great friends. She became a board of trustee member. She taught classes. She spoke on Sundays. She led meditations. She helped with the prayer ministry, and was just ready to just embrace and take it all in. And we our relationship, we grew more and more fond of each other. She literally lives at the bottom of the hill where we live, so saw a lot of Mary over the years, talked to Mary a lot over the years, and just one of my most favorite people I've ever come across in my life. And I know we all probably feel the same about Mary in that respect. She's just someone who's touched us all in one way or another very deeply. Well, over the years, she became interested in becoming an Alliance of Divine Love minister. And she came through one of my ministerial classes, and she was, of course, right there, fully into it, embraced it all. And then she decided after that she wanted to go for her DDMS, her doctoral in the ministry. And as a result of that, she said, "Who should I use as my mentor?" And of course, hmm, I wonder who, but right here, this beautiful lady, Wanda Beebe, I said, well, Wanda, that's who you want. And they immediately connected, fell in love. Wanda led her through the years, through that process. And I will say that the growth and the depth that Mary attained spiritually over that time was remarkable. And Wanda, I give you a lot of credit for working with her and really leading her to such a deep place, because it was beautiful to see. And so that was, I know, when she got her conferral, that was one of the highlights of her life, if not the highlight of her life. And so thank you for that. Um, Also, Mary, I don't want to forget about her beloved Sharon. I don't know. I know you met her, Wanda. I don't know if anyone else here did. She died about 10 years before Mary passed, but they were married for many years. They'd been together 30 years at least. Sharon was a light, a beautiful spirit, great gal, a lot of fun, and also participated at the Namaste Center for many years. And so it was, I'm sure that the blessing of all of this, which there are many, and that Mary brought to each and every one of us. But I will say that I'm so thrilled because I know that Mary and Sharon are dancing and laughing in heaven, and hopefully playing with our beloved Tootsie, who we just lost 2 days ago.
Sorry.
Well, it was so I didn't mean to go there. It just popped in my mind. So anyway, I could go on and on about Mary. I will say that one thing that Mary was very engaged in, probably more than most people, was the property. We at the Namaste Center, we had the intentions to build a building or have our own center in Flat Rock. We bought a beautiful piece of property, and Mary was very much engaged in that, and really was very generous in her time and energy and financial support of that. And for whatever reason, it just wasn't meant to be. We hit a lot of barriers, and but I know that Mary's spirit will live on that land forever, and that she really was healed by that land as well, and always loved going there. So I want to go on and give Wanda the opportunity to share. Reverend Dr. Wanda Beebe has been a friend for, gosh, a long time. Like she was part of our ministry, my center in Florida, the Palm Beach Center for Living. So that goes way back, and at least we go back 25 years anyway.
Yes.
And so this is one of the most beautiful sacred spirits I've ever met. Just wise, kind, generous, and beautiful inside and out. And I'm so grateful to be sharing this time with you. And I'm so grateful you made the trip and put the effort in. Wanda actually had this beautiful picture of Mary. I hope y'all can see it behind me. And Wanda, that is Mary. I can just see her. She looks wise. She looks peaceful. And that was at your house, right?
Yes.
And
Conferral.
her conferral, yeah. And I think that just is Mary to the T. And I can just see her sitting at the throne of next to God, just looking exactly like that. And she's teaching them a few things. So, but that being said, one, I know that Mary adored you, and I would love to have you share your thoughts, whatever you choose to share.
Okay. Well, Charlotte, thank you. You're way too kind. But I know that Mary loved you. She loved all of you because if you're here, you knew her in some way. And I know you feel her love from wherever she is. But one of the things I would like to do is, if we could, for the ministers, start maybe with reciting the Oath of the Rose, just to start with, because, you know, this is an oath that Mary took a long time ago with Charlotte. And, you know, to this day, I have it in a place where I see it every day. And it is so important to me, as I know it was to Mary, what this says. So if you would please repeat after me. Uh, Through this oath, I pledge myself to love, to be love's channel and service to all humankind and all creation through teaching, sharing, counseling, and all other aids needed to promote peace, truth, joy, and enlightenment. I give myself into God's ministry. And so it is.
And so it is. So it is.
Well, Mary and I started our journey together back when she started her doctorate of divinity in metaphysics spirituality back September 2016. This journey lasted between 4.5 and 5 years, and she was conferred on April of 2022. So when Mary first came to me and said she was interested in doing this, I asked Mary, I said, why and what were her goals for undertaking all this work? And she simply said, to serve God and to remove any obstacles that would stop her from doing that. And she jumped into this with with everything she had and more. During this time, Mary had the courage to go to places deep within herself that most of us would never dare to go. I truly admired her courage and her passion for that. She shared with me that during one of her meditations, Spirit spoke to her and said, "Mary, make your life my song." And that profoundly affected her in so many ways. With all the pain Mary endured over the last couple years of her life, she was always able to maintain the grace and the love she had for all. I had a nickname for Mary. It was LLB, and that stood for Little Love Bucket. Strange name, I know, but most people can only love when their cup is full and overflowing. Mary had an entire bucket full, never mind a cup. And that was Mary. It didn't matter if you were a bird, a squirrel, a person, it didn't matter. She'd love she would just love you to every ounce of her being. When Mary hugged you, you were truly being loved from her entire being and soul. During Mary's life, she had some very high-profile corporate jobs until she figured out that was not her path. She was an intellectual. She was a wonderful wordsmith. She had a great passion for everything she put her mind to do. The more difficult it was for her, the more she acknowledged it and worked through whatever it took or whatever it was. It didn't matter. We will all miss Mary greatly, but she lives with all of us in our hearts and in our memories. I want to personally thank all of you for being here today to celebrate this wonderful person. But most importantly, thank you for loving Mary. You made her life fulfilled by doing so. I am forever grateful for having known her in this lifetime. So, so anyway, with that all being said, Brenda.
Well, I want to give Wanda first. That was Mary, and Mary smiling down. That was so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Brenda, I'll give her a chance to compose herself. And, Mary, that was really wonderful. And, one of the blessings among many that Mary brought into my life is this woman if you haven't met her, you're going to meet her in a minute. And that's Brenda. Dr. Brenda Nayak. She is a doctor of Chinese medicine, Oriental medicine, and a beautiful spirit. She found Mary. She knew that when she found ADL, she looked through and looked at the mentors, and she knew that that's who she wanted. And those two talked every day for years. Brenda, when Mary's health began to fail, which Mary, God bless her, had been dealing with some heavy duty health issues for quite a while. And Brenda would put everything away, cancel her appointments, and drive from Orlando up here or fly up here and spend time with Mary and juice for her and cook for her and do treatments on her. And Brenda, your love for Mary was beautiful to watch, and our friendship has been an extra blessing on this. And when Mary called to let me know, was she basically said that the doctor says there's nothing else they can do, and so she was at peace with that. And of course, Wanda came right up from Chattanooga, and Brenda was in and out here, and we got to spend a lot of time with Mary near the end, and those are memories that will forever be in my heart. And Brenda, I just want to say that you're an amazing woman, and you're a blessing to this world. And one thing that Brenda did do that was really spectacular was she now has taken on a new baby. She has married a beautiful, enormous cat, Rosie, also known as Light, and that cat is just a gem. And Brenda, when Mary passed, she was with Mary in her last breath. And the next day, when Brenda drove back to Florida, the kitty was in the car with her, and she was she's doing very well with you, and wonderful. So anyway, so Brenda, I know you love Mary, and I'm sure you have lots of things to share.
Namaste. Greetings, everyone. Grand Rising. I thank the Creator every day, all night, for bringing us together, for bringing Mary into my life. It was short, but long and profound. And I'm so grateful for her spirit, her intellect, her sense of humor. I would always tell her that someone has to be quick and intelligent to get her sense of humor. She was very quick-witted and just walked in love and light all the time, even to her last moment, her last breath. That light that came out of her, I would never forget. So when God called me to the ministry, it was late March of 2022. And one of my students just completed the program. And she said, "Oh, Doc B, you should check this out." I said, "Okay." So I went. I'm like, "Oh, yes." It just made sense. This was the next thing to do. So now I was placed upon the decision as to who shall I choose to mentor me during this beautiful journey. And I'm looking and reading and reading and looking and looking and reading. And usually, we as humans, we try to look for someone that kind of looks like us, that has something in common, the shell. And I read their biography and it just didn't jerk my chain. I'm like, And then I scroll and I see this picture. I don't know if you can see her.
There you go. Yeah.
So what?
The hair up there.
So original.
Yeah.
She's smiling and that hair is just boop. And then I read her biography and I said, "Oh, she's the one. She's going to guide me." I love her smile. I love the light that's coming. The light was so bright that her hair just stood up on end. So that was it. So we spoke on the phone first. This was now early April 2022, where we met over the phone. And then we spoke, and then we said, okay, then our real class will begin FaceTime. And that was it. And then she got really sick. She got COVID, and it was, so bumpy for her. And I just held on from the hospital. She said, just find another mentor. I don't know if I can do it. And I said, no way. You're stuck with me now. Love has connected us, and that's it. And I'm a Taurus, stubborn, so I didn't want to let go. Anyway, I can go on. I don't want to go it'll be another hour if I continue. But she's been a blessing. She has been a spiritual mother. She's teaching me now. The lessons are really beginning now. She prepared me for our last moment together, where I held her hand at her last breath, said prayers with her, and I just felt deeper in love, and she taught me that love never dies. We just transition, but the love, the spirit continues, and the lessons continue. And She made me very happy. She met my family. And another beautiful gift that she shared was Charlotte, Wanda, which Wanda is my grandma, so is Charlotte. But Wanda's going to be my mentor for the DTMS, which I'm looking for. That's one thing Mary really wanted me to do, so I'm going to honor that. But Charlotte and Ellen are my sisters, my friends. I love them very, very dearly, and I thank Mary every day for gifting me them. Everyone I've met, Dottie, that made a special trip one day to meet me, and I was just so touched by that, Dottie. Thank you so much. And I look forward to meeting everyone again. I was supposed to be there with them, but my brother's having some health issues, so that's my thing. When someone is sick that I love, I'm there. As I was with Mary, and I will be for everyone else. But Mary, she had a beautiful life. I met her at the last 3 years of her life, which was still beautiful. It really was. She kept a sense of humor. She was born November 30th, 1951 in Missouri, and she transitioned May 5th, 2025 on her beloved Sharon's birthday. Sharon came to pick her up. She was so ready for that. When I met her, she was ready, but it's when God says so, not when we say. And her mother's name was Celeste, beautiful, beautiful woman. Her father, he was Gib. He taught her so many beautiful things in life. They just accepted her and let her be who she was. She's survived by her sister Sarah. And I always ask God to bless Sarah, give her peace of mind. And then she always spoke about her stepbrother, Michael, that he was also gone too soon. But again, just to keep it very short, again, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I look forward to meeting everybody face to face one day. And may Mary's spirit live on and guide us, right? And may she receive the love and light that she always yearned for. That's it for now. Oh, and her nickname was Rev Doc Dog, right, Charlotte?
Yeah.
And then I got it with the swag.
Yeah.
No matter how she felt, she always was matching. She always had her jewelry. Her hair was always well put together, and I love that about her. So thank you again, everyone, for being here, and forgive me if I went on too long.
No, Brenda, everybody, I just want to add something here. Actually, on the day of Mary's conferral, actually, on that day, that is when Brenda called Mary and asked her to be her ministerial mentor. Brenda, you are the greatest gift Mary could have ever received. That was truly a sign from
Agreed.
heaven.
Absolutely. Agreed.
And she was my gift too.
Yes.
She was the gift that kept giving. Look at you guys now. You all in my life. You're not getting rid of me.
Well, that's right. We
And
don't
this is a
want to get
picture
rid
I
of.
took of her. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
She was in her back porch sunbathing.
that is Mary right there. Yep, right
She
there.
was there.
Love and life. And
That
she's
love
the
and life.
birds and the squirrels and all
Yeah.
that good stuff. Yes.
And
Mary Perry Fiquet.
before I sign off here myself, I just wanted to share with everybody through all the illness and the sickness and the pain that Mary was going through. This was her thesis. This is the title of her thesis. If you can see it, it's called The Courage to Be Happy.
Mm-hmm.
So these are kind of like Mary's sort of final words to all of us, to just have the courage to be happy.
Wow. And that's probably why I chose the song for the slideshow.
There you go.
Wow, see, full circle. Yeah,
And I will make it available, the slideshow with this recording, to whoever would like.
Good.
Yeah. So And yeah, Wanda, thanks for bringing that. I would love to read it if it's, yeah.
Yes.
Could
I
you
don't
share
know.
I don't know. Okay.
Kind of valuable.
That's right. You got to pay to
a
read
part
that.
2 and we could share that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Arlene, now that you're, first of all, Brenda beautifully said, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And
Brenda.
Arlene, would you like to be next?
Well, I probably just met Mary in the past year or two
A little longer than that, I think, in the groups.
in the group, the book group, and I was mesmerized by her wisdom and her humor. And I hope you've recorded them because I said, we should just listen to Mary today. And I was so thrilled to know her in that short period of her life. And I just have to mention this in the back of you, above Mary's picture, is a big orb.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, that's something. And yeah. And I said to Wanda, I said, you know what?
That's Mary.
I do these, as you all know, every Sunday and other times as well for years from this spot, and that never is there. So
You're right. I never
Mary's
see that.
here. Yes.
I saw that right away when.
Yeah, exactly. So
And I'm gonna let others speak, but she was so the wisest person in all her suffering. She came on to be with us and share her happiness, no matter what she was going through. And I would just like to say this for me today is all a celebration for Tootsie for sharing her life with all of us. Thank you.
thank you,
I'm
Arlene.
so happy I have that picture of Tootsie and me. I'm so happy.
That is the best picture. It's so cute. Yes, and where this is about Mary, but I bet you Tootsie ran for Mary when she saw her.
Mary
Like,
loved
hey, I
Tootsie.
know you. Yo, dog. There, I know you. So, oh gosh. Well, thank you, Arlene. And yeah, Mary was definitely part of our Zoom groups, and she definitely, you were not alone in how you thought about Mary for sure. Well, I'm looking up here. Who else would like to share? Anyone's welcome.
Sorry.
Dale, Dale's got his hand up, please. And Dale, before you speak, I would like to say I know that your teachings were very meaningful to Mary. She talked about that with me often.
Mhm.
Every time you came to the Namaste Center, she definitely was excited that you were there. So, and you're just a wonderful spirit, a wonderful teacher, and a great guy. And so I was thinking too, maybe when you're done sharing whatever you want to share, she was really touched by your reciting of the Aramaic Lord's Prayer. So if you would be willing to do that after you share, that would be great.
Be at the end, that would probably be best.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, Mary, Mariam. I had to write a couple of notes down so that I didn't say not too much, but just, there's just certain people you meet in your life. And there's just a few. It's a handful that, it kind of like if I say Charlotte to my wife, she's like, oh, she immediately says smile. Charlotte, smile, And it's like Mary was one of those people that's like, I remember at one of my retreats, this one guy comes up to me and he's like, so what's with this Mary lady? And I just looked him right in the face. I said, what are you so afraid of? And he went, huh? I was like, I said, Mary is about as high clarity with zero fat of expressing love as possibly anybody you're ever going to meet. Like she's spent her life trimming the fat off. And I'm like, just so it's funny, like 20 minutes later, we were at Mountain Light Sanctuary north of Asheville. 20 minutes later, I see them in the field of flowers. I should have taken a picture. And they're just looking at each other in this like real deep place. And he's got tears coming down his eyes. And Mary's just doing the Mary thing, that profound love. But there's a couple of things that I really think of that really gets me about Mary. One was, actually, at that retreat, we had gone for dinner on Saturday night at this place in Mars Hill in the mountains here in North Carolina. And Mary's sitting right across from me, and we're talking. But we're listening to the conversation other people are having. And there's like a woman down at the end of the table. She's just going to get like a cup of coffee. She's not hungry. But then we hear her mention something about not really having the money. And so I'm just kind of looking at Mary. She's like, I'll be back. And she walks up to the cash register, and she's there for like maybe 60 seconds. And she comes back. She's like, all in divine order. I'm like, what's that? So she's like, you'll find out. She was like, but don't you say anything. I'm like, okay, I won't say anything. And then the waitress comes up, and before she takes the order, everybody's order, she's like, I just want to let everybody know that get whatever you want because dinner's been taken care of. And I remember kind of turning, as I tried not to look right at the woman, but she was full blown sobbing. And Mary just winked at me, you know. And at the end, everybody was like, what happened, Dale? Like who? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what happened. And another time, like we were doing a retreat in Georgia. This was in 2021. And she was signed up for it. And then she was going through all of the health issues. Like Loretta and I kept rescheduling dinner with her, and it just wasn't happening. And then eventually, there was this one woman from Illinois who I'd known for a long time, and she just couldn't afford to do the retreat. And Mary gives me a call. She was like, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, I've got my room. It's a private room with its own bathroom. It's posh accommodations. She was like, do you have anybody that would be interested in it? She's like, I don't want my money back. I want to gift it to someone. And that phone call that I made to this woman in Illinois, and just like her silence on the phone, I'm like, this isn't like a tent site. This is like, you're in like the high end room with a private bath and all that. So she went from telling me the day before she couldn't go because she couldn't afford it. She had a relationship that was kind of falling apart, to all of a sudden you're going and, in the highest degree of love possible. But I wanted to share. Am I able to share? Let me see if I can do this.
Oh.
I just want to share a photo. There we go. But this was the retreat at Mountain Light Sanctuary. And I was just kind of sitting on the steps talking with her. And my wife, Loretta, walked up. She's like, can I take a picture of you two? She's like, you two are like always together. You look like you're conspiring or
Awesome.
something. Yeah, conspiring to love. And I just kind of leaned in. And another gift I want to re-gift from Mary was at this retreat. Actually, a few minutes after this happened, it was the last day of the retreat. She's like, can I play a song for everybody? It was just a piece of music, and I had a little Bluetooth speaker. And she hooks her phone up, and she starts playing this song that I had heard before from the Da Vinci Code, Chevalier de Saint Grail from Hans Zimmer. But I'm like, this is a different version. And it's this guy, he's called That Cello Guy on YouTube. But I'm going to drop the link to his video for it in the chat here. Because I think like after everybody gets off, take the 5 minutes or so and just listen to the song and watch the video, because it's one person doing all of it. He's playing all of the instruments, but there's this point like 3/4 of the way into the song where you're not expecting it. You're just thinking it's instrumental. All of a sudden his voice comes in and you see him singing. But I remember I wasn't going to do this. Turning and looking at Mary when that voice started. Her soul was just on fire. It was on fire, but it was this beautiful It was just a love that was so pure. And in talking with her, it was pure because she had been through so much pain in certain points of her life that there was just a point where she's like, I can't hold on anymore. I'm just going to let go and let God. And she turned her life over to love. And I mean, there's not many people that shine on that kind of a level. So I'll put that into the chat. I gotta say, it's something that once you hear it once, you're gonna go back and you're gonna listen to it over and over and over. And I've actually opened up several of my events with that since, like, in the last 10 years since she first played it for me. But I mean, she's fine. I'm crying for myself, but also with an immense gratitude.
For sure.
But she's just fine. For God's sake, she's she's telling them how to clean the floors and how to polish the pavement, the gold paving, and all that other kind of stuff right now. But not in a bad way, She's like, I'll show you how to polish this in a way that's going to make your soul light up. She's fine. So, but anyway, yeah, I had to. Yeah, she was a rock star. She is a rock star, and. Yeah, but I had to, like, when I found out about, her going on, I had to, it took me a few hours before I could tell my wife. Because it's like, like I said, there's just a few people that really, root on that kind of level. She was one of them. So, yeah, I couldn't miss this for the world. And she's probably laughing right now. Like, what are you doing? Stop. But,
She's hugging
yeah,
you right
just
now.
immense gratitude.
She's hugging
What
you.
was
She's
Thank you.
hugging you, Dale.
that?
That's for sure. Well, thank you. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Um, who else would like to share? Yeah, Tony. Thank you.
I didn't get to meet Mary long. In fact, the first time I met her in person was a year before I left North Carolina. And when Wanda says her nickname is Little Love Bucket, that's the exact impression that I got. But the amount of love that flows from within Mary is so tremendous, so profound. You're going to get an ocean. So I was definitely honored to meet her and feel the love that she has for all of us that's around her. And I didn't know what she was experiencing toward the end. All I remember is I got an email saying that this this young lady wanted to apply to be a minister and wanted Mary as her mentor. So I emailed Mary. I said, I have so and so. She would like you to mentor her. And right away she goes, yes, yes. And a couple days later, she called me back. She says, Tony, your message had brought me so much joy. You have no idea. But Spirit said, Mayor, not this time. So I said, okay. And she says, Tony, I send you a hug. Here's a hug from Mary. And I mean, I felt it way through the ethers in a tremendous way. And a few weeks later is when she passed. And I still feel her popping in here and there. But every time she does, there's that sense of huge love and compassion and a hug that you can definitely feel. So thank you, Mary. Thank you for all the love, the beauty, wisdom that you have shared with all of us.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, Tony.
You, Tony.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for all the light you share every day, every day. You're a blessing. Thank you. I'd like to offer whoever is next an opportunity.
Vicky,
Vicky? I don't see where Vicky's coming up.
look at Charlotte. Look at chat.
Look at chat. Okay. Diane, oh, here we go. So Diane, let's see, Vicky, I can't get my audio to work. Mary was so full of light, and I'm grateful to have known her. She is a shining soul. Indeed. And Vicky, so nice to connect with you. I've missed you. Thank you. Yes, she is. And Diane has to leave. Thank you for a beautiful experience. It really brought up such wonderful lessons that Mary shared. She was all in for whatever spirit had in store for her, and she had tremendous courage to share it. I'm so grateful for her presence in my life and still feel her brilliant presence. Love to all of you. Thanks, Diane. Sorry we couldn't hear it in person, but that was beautiful. Who else? Lynn, I see you up there. Would you like to share? Yeah, if you do, you need to unmute.
I know. I know. Thank you for making me share. I didn't raise my hand.
Yeah,
That's the way it is. I am so grateful for Mary. I only knew her through Wanda for a short time, but I intuitively kind of knew that Mary had been through a lot in her life. She had a lot of things in her life, including, losing her very beloved partner. And yet Mary shined. She found a way to shine with love and joy, and it was infectious. When I was around her, I just enjoyed her. And who was it? It was Dale, Reverend Dale, who said, "What were you afraid of?" to someone. I remember looking at Mary and going, "Oh, this is so much." It's almost like going, "I don't know if I can reflect that." But then to stick with it and really realize that it is there within me was the lesson I got from her. Just open up and share. And I'm grateful for her. And one time after she passed, I was visiting Wanda, and I said, "Do you ever like talk to Mary?" And Wanda goes, "Well, yeah, like, yeah, I talk about Mary all the time." And she said, "But I didn't call her in like just now, did you?" And I said, "Yep." And I just said, "Mary, Mary," and it was a calling in, and my heart chakra went ba-boom, 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 and Wanda said, "That's Mary."
Oh,
That's
wow.
Mary. When she's
Yes.
present, I feel it in my heart open. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, Lynn. Thank you. Yep, she was radiant and bright for sure, and still is. Thank you, Mary. Yes. Laura, I know you're a little shy. Would you like to share?
Actually, I do have one thing. I didn't prepare anything, but when my mother passed away, Mary came over and burned some what is it that she burned?
Sage.
Sage. Thank you. Thank in my house to help me with the transition with mother. And I'll never forget that because she was so kind. I barely even knew her. And she was so kind to do that. And we're going to miss Mary. We really are. I'm going to miss Mary. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't even know that, Laura. What a beautiful. Well, Mary was always just in the background doing all kinds of amazing things, and
Yeah.
glad you have that memory. That was beautiful. Uh, Jerry, you and Mary go way back. I think you're the one who knew Mary the longest here.
Yeah, we really we're both from Missouri, and we found our way to North Carolina, and well, no, we found our way to Connecticut. So it was in Connecticut that I knew Mary because we both worked in the mental health system in Danbury, the Danbury area, and became good friends. And I knew Sharon, and then I was just really, and I want to say her clients in the mental health system adored Mary because Mary was always all in everything she did. And as everyone has said, always did it with love, great compassion. And we worked with adults with severe psychiatric disorders. Mary was amazing. Anyway, I did get to go to Mary and Sharon's wedding. They decided to have a wedding. I think it was in 2006. And it was just before I had decided, my husband had just passed, and I had decided to move to North Carolina, where my sister and her husband lived. And I was telling Mary, and she said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Hendersonville." She said, "Oh my gosh, my mom and sister live in Hendersonville." And I was, just shocked, surprised. But Mary, seemingly, our paths had, converged in different ways at different times. So in 2006, I moved to Hendersonville and kept in touch, and then did meet Mary's sister, Sharon. And then, not long after that, Mary and Sharon moved down. And so we were, I was in one of the local markets and ran into her. And it was just a huge hug. And if you've ever hugged Mary, you're in for a minute or so at least. And so we just hugged in the middle of Fresh Market. And she said, "We're here." I said, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing." And then she said, "Do you know the Namaste Center?" And I said, "No." And she told me where it was. I said, "I've passed that a few times. I thought it was a yoga studio." And she said, "No, you've got to come." So one Sunday, I went and I walked in. I was early, and there was Mary stringing lights along the organ that was going to be played. Oh, Charlotte.
Aurora.
Yeah, Aura. And she turned around, and again, we had that 2-minute hug. And from there, we were friends the whole time that I was in North Carolina, especially through the Namaste Center, all that she experienced and gave to everyone. Her course of love, I think she did that at Namaste and gifted me with that book. But she just, yeah, I mean, her presence was enormous, and I loved her. I really did. So that's all I can say. I moved from North Carolina. Gosh, when when did I come down here?
Years ago.
3.
Three.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's my story. And Mary, you'll always be with us.
Indeed. Well, Jerry, Mary, you are one of the greatest blessings that Mary brought into our life. So I'm so grateful that Mary made our connection because you were a blessing, still are. We miss you, but we know where you are. So,
Yeah, you do.
yes.
It's beautiful. Nice to meet you, Jerry.
Love meeting you too. You talked so much about you, Bee. Yeah, I knew about you. I knew of you. I knew, when she was going through the program, and Wanda. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Brenda, is that a purple rose next to you?
Yes, Wanda had them delivered for today. It's honoring Mary's doctoral and then the regular ministry.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
And
thank
same
you,
here.
Wanda.
Wanda had brought these here as well, Arlene.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are they beautiful? Yeah, that Wanda, she's
Wanda.
the classy one here.
There's the one with the beautiful background.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
All for me.
Wanda,
All for Mary is right.
Wanda, where'd you find that purple rose? We tried so hard when Shari was conferred a purple rose. Where'd you get that, girlfriend?
Actually, they're lavender.
Oh, lavender.
It's in the purple family.
They're the purple family, yes.
Yeah.
But they're
Close
beautiful.
enough.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Yes. Since Dottie and Jagdish won't show their pretty little faces, I'd still love to hear from both of you girls. So would you mind sharing? And you need to unmute. There we go.
Wait a minute. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, it's Dottie.
Hello, hello. Mary loved both you girls.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. Where is it?
What are you
Where the
doing?
hell is it? Okay, wait a minute. We got mute.
What are you
Can you
trying to-
guys hear us?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I can't talk. Because if I start talking, I start crying. So,
I'll share one quick little thing then. So some of you will remember Jonna Ray from the Namaste Center.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Well, she often did her past life regressions as a group. And during one of those, I had a wonderful lifetime that came up. I think you know this story, Charlotte. And in this lifetime, I was a very young boy, an initiate at a monastery. And I knew clearly that my best friend there, who was my only real family, felt like family, was Mary. And we were out hunting herbs as part of what we did for the monastery. And there was a huge cliff, and Mary had gone down first. Mary, as whatever this child's name was. And there she was reaching for a very special herb that we had learned about and couldn't quite get there. And in a flash, I knew that she was going to go over the cliff. So I reached out my hand, she reached out hers, and we went over together. And of all the experiences of past lives that I've had over the years, many of them spontaneous, this one was amazing because I had never felt such bliss. And it was this little boy, Mary, as this little boy, just looking in my eyes, and the two of us lit up with these grins that were sheer bliss, knowing that we would be coming back in together at another time. It was beautiful. That's all.
That is, well, you two were thick as thieves. You two were tight till the end, Dottie, and I know she adored you, and you were so good with her and to her. And Jagdish, I don't know if you could share or not. I know it's not easy, but I know she loved you so much as well. So
what I will share,
So
as long as I wasn't talking, I wasn't emotional.
it's okay.
I met you guys at the microgreen growers, Leela's garden. And Mary, as a body worker, I had my office there. And she started coming to see me, and we connected before, and I connected to all of you guys, and I'm so grateful for that. And she started coming to see me, and while I won't really share anything, it was not long after Sharon had passed, and we shared a lot. We shared tears, and we shared a lot of laughter, and it was all deep, and I hate that I didn't keep in touch with her later, but during those times we shared a lot with one another. So I loved her, love all you guys, and I'm glad I came today and sat down with Dottie. It's really good to be here with her.
Oh, we're glad you're here, and lucky you. I miss you too, so we got to get together.
That sounds good.
That would be great.
Thank you.
So I think the only person who hasn't spoken, I believe, is Noella. And Noella, if you would love to speak, that would be great. Would love to hear from you.
She said, "Oh, there she is."
Well, I didn't want to speak really because I don't know Mary much. I knew her from our Course in Miracles Zoom meetings, and I know that I love when she was, I'm sorry, I love when she was talking because it was always so deep, and she was so up there to me anyway, in the spiritual realm. So I didn't know her much, but I really appreciated every time she would give her opinion about any subject. She would be missed. And what I don't like is she suffered so much before she passed. I don't know why it lasted so long. I hate people suffering. I can't stand that. But now she's all right and she's at peace, which is good.
Yes. She's flying free now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that, Charlotte. I will know her better from all the people that talked about her. So I'm glad I know her better now.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm glad
For that.
you bring
There,
a lot to the.
because I missed most of it. I was with the contractor, but where can I see the recording of it?
I'll make sure it's available. I'll get it to you.
Okay, thank you.
So, a couple of things. There were some people that I was hoping would be here today, of which I heard from a couple, and I want to credit them in case they're listening, because there was a couple that had been with Mary's mother, a husband and wife, and they did housekeeping plus plus plus. Natalie and Jose were their names, and they're a beautiful couple. And Mary adored them, and they adored Mary, and they took extraordinary care of her all through her life. As long as I've known Mary, I've known of Nat and Jose. So I want to acknowledge them, and also her nurse near the end, Barbara. Mary adored her as well. They were kind of both. What would you say? They were two peas in a pod in many ways. They got along, and we'll just leave it at that. But they definitely adored each other as well. Mary loved her Gilbert. That was her last name, Gilbert.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I want to acknowledge her, and then especially to her doctor, Dr. Casario. He was, my God, that man adored Mary. He took extraordinary care of her over the years. I've taken Mary to more doctor's appointments over the years than many. And when his care for her and follow up and come into her house, and he was coming to her house all through the years, many times. He's a very busy man. He has a thriving practice, goes to the hospital. And then on his way home from work, he would always stop by and check on her. And so it was beautiful to see that there's still doctors who have that deep level of care out there. And I want to give him an acknowledgement for his kindness and caring. Wish there
I have a Picture of him in her house the day before she passed.
What was that?
I have a photo of him in her house
Oh, yeah?
on her bed the day before she passed.
Oh, God.
That's her in the background. That's him.
Oh, let's see. It's talk. You need to talk, Brenda.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there.
That's him
So
sitting
there.
on her bed and her in the background in the hospital bed. And he was looking at TV, but that's him. That was exactly the day before she transitioned. I don't know
Wow.
if you all can see it, but
What's his name?
Dr. Casario, right?
Jim Casario. Yes. Beautiful man. Yes, indeed.
He
So
was so funny.
thank you for sharing that, Brenda.
Sure.
Well, as we wind down, is there anyone else? Wanda, did you want to add something?
No,
Um,
other than thank you for doing this, because without Charlotte, none of this would be possible.
That's right.
I'm certainly not technical.
Well, it's been my honor and my pleasure, and it's interesting. The the circumstances leading up to this have been a little challenging with the loss of our dog 2 days ago, and a trip to Ohio tomorrow, which is same thing. Anyway, but there was a couple of people said just cancel it. You can. I said no. I've committed to this for months, and it's been very healing for me. And thank you all for bringing that healing energy. I'm riding that wave of Mary's love and feeling her as well. So I'd like to. Yes, Arlene.
Know that Mary's with you on your trip.
Amen. Yeah, that's
That's
right.
right.
Indeed. And so I'd ask Brenda if she would do a closing prayer, and then if Brenda would offer us a closing prayer, and then Dale, as soon as Brenda is done, I would love to have Dale recite the Aramaic Lord's Prayer, and we'll close with that. So, Brenda, I'll turn it to you.
Yes. Okay, so I'll start with Psalm 23 during our ministerial training. That was the prayer I chose to break down, and she loved it. It opened up her eyes. She saw it in a different way. So that's the prayer I chose to close. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down beside green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thy anointings my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And it is my heart and prayer that Mary's spirit is dwelling in the house of our mighty Lord, our creator of all that is house, which is within all of us. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. And that's one of my favorite prayers. My father, when he put us to bed at night, would recite that prayer for us.
Yes.
Double.
Yes. Oh.
Well, Dale, I am going to turn it over to you, brother.
In closing, one extra little piece of information is, we throw that word Lord around for Lord's Prayer, but Lord has nothing to do with Jesus or the Bible. People don't realize that. The word Lord, Hlafwerd, comes from feudalist England, and it was the person at the top of the pyramid that owned the land, and being an owner, that was the power person, the ruler that would set out the parameters for society. So what I like to do, and what I'd like to do now, is I'll first tone one sound 3 times, which is the actual ancient Aramaic word for Lord. Sorry, my little girl's out there, like, and she's really loud, and I'm not sure if you're hearing it or not, but
No.
Oh,
but that word for Lord, though, well, I'll just tone it. You'll hear it, but it's the same name as Mary. So coincidentally.
Wow.
So what I'll do is I'll tone that a couple of times and then go right into the prayer, just speaking the prayer in ancient Aramaic. All you need to do is just be aware of the rise and fall of your breath. Here's that sound, Lord. Awund washmeya nitkadash mog tete malkutak nehwe tibianakai kana washmeya up bearea hablan lachmadasun kanan yaumana washbuklan chaubein dahain Kanadab Hanan Shwakan Lahayavain Wela Telan Lanasiuna Ila Patan Min Bisha Metud de la Kima Kuta Kwahel Wateshbukta Lalam Almin. We can all tone the sound Amen, Amen together one time, okay? Get a big, beautiful breath. That's for Mary.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
That was profound. Wow.
Beautiful. Thank you. And I can't think of a more beautiful way to wrap this up. And I'm sure Mary's just smiling her little ear to ear grin and just blessing us all. Mary, God bless you. We thank you for many gifts you brought to all of us. And thank you all for joining us here today. And many blessings. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you, Brenda. And thank you all for everything that you do now and always. So,
Charlotte, I'm going to send you the link to the video so that you can get it to everybody too that I was talking about, the piece of music.
yes,
Because everybody should see it. It's powerful.
I'll
Okay.
include it in that email. If you could email
Okay.
to me, charlottemcginnis@gmail.com.
Okay.
Okay, thank
I'll
you.
send it.
Okay, peace and love, everybody.
Peace and love. Bless you all.
Namaste.
You, Charlotte.
Thank you,
Thank-
everyone. Love and light. Arlene, I love you. I always
love
love
you.
to see you. I feel
Wasn't
like
I at your confirmation? Wasn't I at your AD?
Yes. I can't wait to meet you face to face. You always bring a smile to my face, to me.
Thank
Arlene's the light. She is.
I love her.
I love you too.
I was looking forward to seeing Peg today.
Yeah. Well, she'll hopefully watch the recording. Okay, love everybody.
Love,
Bye.
happy trails.
You too.
The beautiful outcome.
Indeed. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.